Welcome back, everyone. The best matchup in all of the Canada West this weekend was in women's hockey, where one met two as the Alberta Pandas traveled to the coast to meet the UBC Thunderbirds. We picked this up midway through the first period. UBC on the attack. Lindsay Post makes the kick save. UBC T-Birds win the battle on the sideboards. Hanit Pahar throws it on goal. Post pokes it out right on the tape of Melissa Goodwin. She buries it for her second of the season. 1-0 UBC. Second period, UBC scores 4:10 into the frame to make it 2-0. 40 seconds later, Rebecca Unrau watches two Pandas collide, undresses the Alberta defenseman and slides it past post. It's 3-0 Birds. Sheila Toney added this empty netter late in the third. Danielle Dubé stops 25 shots to earn her second shutout as UBC takes this one 4-0. With the win, the Birds sit just 2 points behind the Pandas for tops in the conference. Game two between these two saw more of the same. Less than 4 minutes into the first, UBC with the dump in. Pahar beats her defender to the puck, chips it back to the point. Kirsten Toth with the slap pass to Logan Boyd, and Boyd buries it to the back of the net. One bagel for the Birds. Second period now, the UBC defenseman can't hold the puck in the zone, and the foot race ensues. Alex Poznikov wins it, wires a blast, and Dubé kicks it aside. But Janelle Frower is there to clean up the mess. Pandas finally solve Dubé. We got a 1-1 affair. Third period brought nothing. To 3-on-3 OT we go, and the Birds finish it on the rush. Boyd gets behind the defenseman, receives a dandy pass, and an even better dangle. UBC takes it 2-1 in overtime. The win was the Birds' third straight and ties them with Alberta for 35 points atop the conference standings. Manitoba at Mount Royal. Tied at ones to start the third. Lindsay Blight picks up the loose puck and fires a softie on goal. It slips by Jess Ross. Oh, doctor, that's a stinker. On the other end of the pond, Rachel Dick was standing tall for the Bisons, robbing the Cougars' relentless attack. Under 2 minutes to go, Bisons moving the puck around. Alexandria Anderson's shot from the point somehow finds its way into the back of the net. Bisons add an empty netter, scoring 3 in the third, taking down the Cougars 4-1. Mount Royal's special teams went 0 for 6 on the power play in the loss. Game two, straight to the second frame. Cougars on the power play. Shot from the point gets blocked. Scramble in front results in a goal for Sarah Wenninger. And we're knotted at ones. Third period. Bison's up 3-2. Rachel Pitts with a nice feed to a streaking Megan Carver. She buries it. That ties it at threes. Overtime didn't end this one. Off to the shootout we go, where Wenninger needed to score to give the Cougars the win. She goes Ruth Daddy on Dick, and the Cougars win 4-3 in a shootout. With the win, Mount Royal snaps a 2-game losing streak. Calgary Sasky from Cowtown. Game one, Huskies down 2-1. Julia Flinton's blast from the point gets tipped in by Lauren Zeri. That ties it at 2. But 37 seconds later, Ia Gavrilova flashes her hands. It just about falls before putting it in the back of the net. Dinos take the first one 4-2. Game two, Sasha Vafina scored her 11th of the season. 3 minutes into overtime, Dinos take it 2-1 in the OT. Emma Waldenberger scored at 16:51 of the first, and Tony Ross stopped all 30 as the Cougars took the first game 1-0. While in the second game, Waldenberger opened up the scoring just 40 seconds into the game as Regina wins 4-2, taking the pair over Lethbridge. As mentioned earlier, UBC now in a share of the top spot in the conference with Alberta, while the Cougars are red hot over their last 10 games. Here are the games coming up this weekend in Canada West women's hockey. Now time for hockey on the men's side. And while the Mount Royal Cougars could be guilty of looking ahead to this week's Crowchild Classic at the Saddle Dome, they had some business to take care of with the Bisons. Pick things up in the second period. Cougars up 1-0. Rebound comes out in front, and Matthew Brown deposits it in behind Bison's goalie Justin Pollock. The Cougars edged the Bisons in the first one, taking it 3-2. In the second game, Bison's down 1-0 until late in the frame. Jordan DePape evens things up, scoring his conference-leading 12th goal of the season. But 32 seconds later, Tanner Olstad responds for the Cougars. They had an empty netter in the third, and 3-1 is your final. Mount Royal takes both games and are now riding a 4-game winning streak after the weekend wins over UBC and now Manitoba in consecutive weeks. T-Birds and the Golden Bears in the second frame. Alberta down 2-1. They show off some nifty passing. That results in a Brett Ferguson tally. UBC retakes the lead, but in the dying seconds of the period, Stefan Legault finds the cross-ice seam right over to Thomas Carr, who buries it behind Eric Williams. It's 3-3 going into the third. But then the Cruz Reddick show begins. Reddick scores 3 in the period, earning the natural Hattie. G-Bears take the first one 6-3. Alberta's 2-game losing streak comes to a halt. Could they make it 2 in a row? So to Saturday's action we go. 1-0 T-Birds in the third, and on a power play, Nick Bonacisi fires it towards the goal where Jesse Hilton puts it away. 2-blank Birds. Less than a minute later, Golden Bears cut the lead in half. Dustin Brado drops it for Riley Kaiser. He gets denied, but the puck finds its way to Brado's stick. He puts it behind Matt Hewitt. Alberta tied it up to send it to the OT, where it came down to a shootout. Scott McDonald scored first for the visitors, and it came down to Reddick to keep the game alive, but he's stopped by Hewitt. UBC earns the split, taking this one 3-2 in a shootout. A huge 2 points for the T-Birds keeps them a single point above Manitoba for fourth place in the standings. Calgary at Saskatchewan. Game 1 was close, but Game 2, well, not so much. Cameron Blair scoring here in the third made it 7-3 Huskies. They go on to take both contests. So with both wins, Saski improves its winning streak to 5 games. Lethbridge got 2 goals from Brandon Close as the Pronghorns got past the Cougars 6-4 in the first game. But in the second tilt, Dylan McCombie and Zach McPhee both scored twice as the Cougars get the split, taking this one 6-3. Saskatchewan continues to separate themselves from the pack, while Mount Royal's hot play of late has them evened up with the G-Bears. And here are your games coming up in Canada West men's hockey.